You finish a hard training session and think, that's what took it out of me today. It probably wasn't. Before you even got to the gym, your body had already processed like a bad night's sleep, an early alarm, a message or email that you weren't expecting to deal with. There's dozens of small decisions before 9 a.m. for most business owners. A difficult conversation, hours of concentration during the day, notifications, pulling your attention in loads of different directions. You then have a heavy lunch, too much caffeine, dealing with pressure at home, and noise that you didn't even notice was noise. Then you trained hard on top of all of that. The workout wasn't the whole load. It was just the part that you noticed. Your body doesn't separate work stress, difficult conversations, digestion, travel, and training into lots of neat little boxes. It adds them together. Welcome to the BioAge Index. I'm Hutchby, the founder of Revo and the creator of the Turn Back Time system. This show is for founders, business owners, executives, and high performers who want more energy, less drag, and a younger biological trajectory. The mission is simple: reclaim as many years of life as possible, as accurately as possible. And to do that, you need to know your numbers, just like you do in your business. You know what drives growth, what creates drag, and what needs attention. And then you build a plan around it. But most people don't understand their body with the same level of clarity. That's what the BioAge Index is here to change. Here's the mechanism underneath all of it. Load plus recovery equals adaptation, and long-term adaptation equals longevity. Most people hear that and think it's about training. It isn't. Training is just the easiest example. Load is anything that your body has to process, manage, or respond to. Physical load, which is training, movement, and physical strain. Then you have brain load, which is concentration, decisions, and problem solving. Then you have emotional load, which is difficult conversations, tension, and pressure. And then you have social load, which is meetings, people, family, and being on all day. Then you have environmental load, which is noise, travel, temperature, screens, all that sort of stuff. And then even digestion load. Your body is doing the actual work of processing a meal that you've just had. None of that is unusual. It's just life. But almost nobody adds it all up. And I want to be really clear about something here. Load is not the enemy. Training is load. Learning something new is load. Building a company is load. Load is just how you grow. Without it, there's nothing to adapt to. You wouldn't run your business flat out with no downtime built in and call that a strategy. You'd call it a business heading for a brick wall. The problem was never load. The problem is load without enough recovery. So let's talk about recovery, because most people get this wrong too. Scrolling isn't recovery. Watching another screen isn't recovery. Even being physically away from work isn't automatically recovery if your brain's still running the same loop or having to process something coming in externally. This is why closing your eyes is a great way to start the recovery process, because your eyes process so many external things all at the same time. Why do you think we have to close our eyes to go to sleep? Recovery isn't just the gap between two demands. It's a state, a place where your body actually has to get to where it can restore, repair, and process everything that it's been carrying. Sleep, proper stillness, meditation, non-sleep deep rest, a slow walk with nothing pulling at your attention, being genuinely quiet with the notifications actually off. That's recovery. Recovery begins when your body no longer has to respond to something external. Now, a quick correction, because this one trips people up. Food is not Recovery. Food can provide what your body needs for recovery, but eating and digesting is still work. It's still load on your body. Supplying the materials isn't the same as actually being in a state of recovery. Load creates the demand. Recovery is what allows your body to actually process that demand. Adaptation is the change that follows when there is enough of both load and recovery. If you don't know whether your rhythm and routine is producing adaptation or whether it's just quietly piling up stress, you're just guessing. Look, do yourself a favor and start your BioAge Index for free. Just take the free scorecard or go straight to the free client portal for your full baseline. Both are at turnback-time.com and the link is in the description and all of my bios. Here's the trap, specifically for people like us. High performers always know how to add more stuff in. Another meeting, another session, another target, another protocol on top of the last one. What we're often not very good at is stopping. Slowing down feels unproductive. It feels like losing ground. But without real recovery, load never actually turns into progress. It just sits there doing nothing. With more load and less recovery, adaptation slows down. Energy gets less reliable. Recovery starts taking longer than it used to, and performance quietly starts to decline. If you keep ignoring that direction, eventually your body may reduce your capacity for you. So here's what I actually want to leave you with. When in your day are you creating physical load or even mild stress? Where's the thinking load? Where's the emotional and social load? The stuff that you don't really count as load on your body. And the real question underneath all of it is, where in your day does real recovery actually happen? This isn't the version of recovery where you technically are not working. This is the version where your body actually gets to stop responding to external things. If you never slow down, the load never gets the chance to become adaptation. The BioAge Index helps show whether your current pattern of load and recovery is moving you forwards or backwards. It's directional. It's not a diagnosis, but it's directional. Anything that asks your body to respond creates load. Load is necessary, but at some point you have to stop adding more and give your body space to process the stress that it's built up throughout the day and the week. That is recovery. Recovery allows the adaptation to happen, and repeated adaptation changes how you age. Look, start with your BioAge Index for free. I've mentioned it before. Take the quick scorecard or go straight to the free client portal for the full baseline. Both are at turnback-time.com and the link is in the description and all my bios. Let's reclaim as many years of life as possible, as accurately as possible, to ultimately live better, longer. I'll see you on the next episode.